What's up, YouTube? This is IFM back again, kicking it old school with some red, blue, yellow action. Now, this match occurred earlier today for the finals of the RBY Olympic tournament. I took on Isa for the gold medal, and I was able to force it to a game 3. Taking the first game, he took the second game, and we're in a situation where we kind of got to scrap it out for the third. I'm running a team of lead Alakazam, Exeggutor, Tauros, the king of RBY itself, as well as the fat blob that everyone loves to hate, Chansey. Rounding the team off, I got my sleepy man, we got Snorlax, and I'm running a mixed Zapdos, aka best Zapdos, because so far in the first 2 games he didn't run any of the grounds, aka Golem or Rhydon, so I felt pretty safe bringing that mixed sweeper to the party. So without further ado, let's get into this game, and I'm going to be explaining some mechanics along the way as well for all you people that are new to RBY battling. So, like I said, I lead with the Alakazam, and he decides to go with the Starmie lead. Now, he hadn't led that yet, either the first 2 games, but Alakazam's got a pretty good matchup against Starmie, so I'm able to just get a free Thunder Wave off right here and get some paralysis on the Exeggutor. Now, in the RBY, status is extremely important now. Freeze is absolutely overpowered because you can't unfreeze in RBY. Paralysis is great because it's such a haxy generation. And sleep lasts 1 to 6 turns. You're able actually to wake up after 6, but you don't actually get to move that turn. So I get a special defense drop and a crit on this Exeggutor, and he's able to put my Alakazam to sleep, which is perfectly fine. Alakazam's my designated sleep taker on this team. His goal is to get some Thunder Waves off and then take the sleep so that my other Pokemon can do some damage. So I'm just going to wait out one of the sleep turns right here because he's not threatening me with the Exeggutor. And he ends up switching into Snorlax. Now, last game, he kind of bought me with a really cool Reflect Snorlax set, so I'm a little bit worried about that here. So I just go to my Chansey, because it was recently found that Body Slam does not actually paralyze normal types in Gen 1. So Chansey's actually a pretty safe switch in now to Snorlax. I mean, you can always boom on it, but there's not an issue with, like, a huge issue with that. So I'm able to just get a Thunder Wave off, get his Chansey paralyzed, which puts me in a good situation to do some damage with all my physical attackers, aka Snorlax and Tauros. So get the Thunder Wave off, get healed back up to full with Soft Boiled, and I'm able to just kind of go back to my Alakazam because I want to get this sleep off of it and burn as many free sleep turns as possible because Chansey's not going to be doing a whole lot to Alakazam. So I can get this in, burn a sleep turn, and he's just going to go back into his Snorlax. Now, knowing the last time I switched to Chansey here, I'm expecting maybe a little bit of funny business. So instead, I go to my Exeggutor, and I'm going to go and try to get some kind of status off with that. But unfortunately, he goes and paralyzes me with a Body Slam. Yeah, a really rough generation. And now I'm kind of forced to make a decision. I can Sleep Powder and try to hit something, but he just sends in this Chansey that's able to eat that up real easily. Because it's not, you can't double hit things. So instead, I hit the boom button, take the Chansey out. That's huge because now he doesn't have a great thing that he can switch into any of my Thunder Waves or stuff like that. Because right now his Exeggutor's paralyzed, but all my Mons with Thunder Wave, they can do super effective damage to that, aka Chansey. So he's in a little bit of a rough situation. So I decide just to send out my Snorlax and do a little bit of a Snorlax war against his Snorlax. But here comes the OP set that Reflect, that innovation with the Reflect Snorlax. And Reflect's a little bit different in Gen 1. The way it works now is that basically when you use Reflect, you are not going to ever lose the Reflect. It's up permanently with your Pokemon's in. So he's permanently got double, like, the double defense. And I'm really kind of just forced to go with crits here. And crits are another great thing in Gen 1 because they go off your speed stat. So something like Zapdos has a 20% chance to crit. As you can see, I hit the double critical hit right there. The second one didn't matter. And I'm able to take that Snorlax out without it doing a ton to my team. And Zapdos is already putting in work. Now he sends in his own Tauros, and I'm a little bit wary of this thing. And he ends up going for the Hyper Beam. And just one more thing about this. Hyper Beam, if you kill in Gen 1, it doesn't go on recharge. So I'm able to absorb that with my Snorlax. I think he was expecting me to stay in and try to paralyze it with a Thunder Wave on a Body Slam or something. So instead I just go to my Snorlax. I'm able to get a free Body Slam off. And now I'm honestly a little bit worried about what to do against this Tauros. So I just blow up on it because I don't want to deal with it. And I'm pretty sure that his team doesn't have anything that resists that self-destruct. So I'm going to take something out either way. And I already got a little damage on Tauros, so if it came down to a bull versus bull fight, I'd probably win that. And once that happens, I realize it's time to get Chansey back in, because I see his two Pokemon, a Paralyzed Exeggutor and a Starmie, and Chansey's going to do work against both of them. And I'm able to get my own Thunder Wave off on a Starmie. He paralyzed me back, which is a little bit rough, but it gives me a good opportunity just to kind of go to Chansey and get some things rolling. Now, I don't want to switch Zapdos in directly here, because there's the issue that Starmie's always carried Blizzard in Gen 1, and he could probably take me out in one hit, and I can't one-hit him with Thunderbolt. So instead, I decide, once I get my special dropped, to just go to Alakazam and start burning through those sleep turns. This is the third sleep turn I burned, and like I said, you wake up in between 1 or 6 turns. So I'm able to, now I've got a really great chance of waking up later on in the game, but in comes the sweeper of all sweepers, Slowbro. Now, special stats a little bit different. In Gen 1, you don't have special attack, you don't have special defense, you just have special. So a move like Amnesia, as opposed to in Gen 2 and on, where it just raises your special defense, it just raises your special now, and you're getting super powerful attacks, and you're getting tanky at all get out. You're tanky as fuck. So, this Slowbro is like a huge issue. Basically, I need to crit through it. So I'm going to get a Thunder Wave on it, get it paralyzed, and then start throwing out Thunderbolts. Now, there was a glitch that occurred here with Pokemon Showdown. Your stats are actually supposed to recalculate once you use the Amnesia. So my Chansey would retake the speed drop from that Thunder Wave, and it actually should be slower right now, even though it's a little bit faster. So thanks to that, I'm able to get an extra hit off, but thankfully, it's not going to end up mattering in the end because, well, he just takes my Chansey down after a little bit of finagling with some soft boils. He gets the special defense drop with that Psychic, and now I know I'm not going to be able to recover any of that off, so I just try to go for another Thunderbolt, but get full parried, as he gets full parried. Great turn. Gotta love RBY, it's so good. Yeah, so I get that last Thunderbolt off, fishing for a critical hit. Don't get it there. Chansey has about a 12% chance to critical hit, if I recall correctly, and he's just able to take me down with the Psychic, and there goes my beautiful fat pink block. And now I'm a little bit worried, because I need to get a critical hit here. So I go for the Drill Peck, because that's going to do a solid amount of damage, and get him into Tauros Hyper Beam range, as opposed to a Thunderbolt. If I don't crit with that, then it's pretty much game over. So I decide, yeah, just go for the Drill Peck, get him down. I get the critical hit, then I'm able to get Tauros in for the Body Slam damage. So it's Tauros and a sleeping Alakazam versus a paralyzed Starmie and a paralyzed Exeggutor. And I'm in a pretty good situation right here. So I'm just going to go for the Body Slam on that Starmie. I get the critical hit, which is huge. And he's trying to freeze me with a Blizzard, go for a little bit of that freeze hacks. So because of that critical hit, I have a choice. I can go for the Body Slam or the Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam will always kill the Starmie, but it would allow him to kill me with the Exeggutor with an explosion after, if he had actually gone and switched to the Exeggutor on the Hyper Beam instead. So I lost the 50-50 with the Body Slam move, and he survives with 1 HP, and is able to hacks the living hell out of my Tauros. Like, see, he missed the Hyper Beam, get full parried, all the fun stuff. And I realized that if I let this Tauros die to Starmie, I'm going to lose the game to an explosion. So instead, I decided to get my Alakazam in, and of course, he gets a special drop. And now I'm just trying to wait for my Alakazam to wake up. Thankfully, I get a full para there, but it's a little bit of I've gone from a great situation for me to a horrible situation for me, depending on how things go. As he's able to get the recover up, and I finally wake up there. And now I'm able to use Seismic Toss to get him back down into KO range. And I'm lucky. I mean, I guess luck comes back to you in the end, because I get the full para there. And he's forced to send in his Exeggutor on another Seismic Toss. And now the game's pretty much up to a 50-50 that's in my favor a little bit, because he can either Explosion or he can Psychic. And I predict that he's going to Explosion, and I switch in my Tauros. Now the other option would be he full paras, and then I win either way. But because I guess right on that Explosion, he kills my Tauros, Exeggutor dies, and now he's left to just hope for a Seismic Toss which has a 1 out of 255 chance of happening here. And I just click the Seismic Toss. I pray to the RBY gods not to screw me over, and they don't, and I'm able to take home the tournament for the New World. Get a victory here over Isa in a really close 3-game series. Honestly, that reflects Snorlax. That had my heart beating. And yeah, I'd just like to say, Isa, great games. Thank you so much for running this tournament. Lutra has been a real good tournament. And this is IFM signing out. Please like, subscribe, comment on any kind of videos you'd like to see me produce. I can do any kind of competitive Pokemon you want. IFM out.